Bit of a chilly late summer night here in Bellville for week 2 of high school football to kick off Labor Day weekend. Clear Fork, fresh off a dramatic walk-off win on opening night, seeks the program's first 2-0 start in 7 years against the Zanesville squad, trying to end a 17-game losing streak. And you can watch it all live and free right here only on the OH Report. We've got pregame coverage and your opening kickoff all on the way next. Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
We are a compounding pharmacy, so we compound medication that people are not able to find other places. We can make oral liquids, so like liquids you take by mouth. We make creams and ointments, so if you need a medication delivered topically or through the skin, we can get medication into creams that way. We can also make medications into capsules, as well as suppositories, nasal sprays if you need it, things like that.
I think one of the things that makes Wellspring so unique is to give the patient that ability to choose between traditional and or complementary.
If you're needing medication and you're not able to find what you need, or you need it to go into your body in a different way, that's what we help with.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Community. Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report. It's your GEP pregame show helping communities with exceptional work utilizing local businesses. And the Bellville community enjoyed an exceptional show last week. We'll see if they've got an encore performance here at the Colt Corral tonight. Welcome, everybody. I am Brian Skowronski. I've got the great Effie James here with me. Incredible win for Clear Fork over Perkins in week number 1. It just seems like expectations now have gone up a little bit, Effie, after knocking off the defending D4 state runner-up.
Oh, you better believe it. This time of year is a great time of year. You get the chance to find out who you are as a team from week 1 to week 2, and I know they're excited down here in the Valley.
Unquestionably, they got the colors being walked out onto the field right now as we get set for the national anthem. Before we dive a little bit deeper here into our pregame coverage, Zanesville here on the road tonight. They have been riding the struggle bus, Clear Fork riding high back here at home for the second week, and will actually play here in a couple of weeks as well. So 3 of the first 4 taste of home cooking for Clear Fork here at the Colt Corral. And what a great scene, and always one of my favorite small school environments, period, in the entire state for any sport.
Yeah, it's a great scene. The fans, no matter who they're playing, always turn out for the games. It really doesn't matter who the opponent is. They support their team, no matter what the season outlook is going to be or what the outcome of the previous games are. You got to love this atmosphere here. I love coming here to cover games because of the fan support of this team each year, game in and game out.
Zanesville as well, packing in a pretty decent crowd coming up from the east side of Columbus. They've got their band here in attendance as well, as they are about to raise the American flag and get the festivities started here in Bellville. So for anybody out there watching live and free, if you're able to, please rise with us and honor this great country as we get ready for the Colt Marching Band to set us up with the Star Spangled Banner. So a tip of the cap to the Clear Fork Marching Band, always setting the scene in style here in the Valley. But let's talk about their opponent first, coming in from Zanesville. They have not won a game, Mr. James, since early September in 2023.
Wow.
Shut out 13 times since then, but they did score 26 points last week. The only problem is that they gave up 70 to Johnstown Monroe. So for a first-year head coach, he at least is a Zanesville guy and looking to try to turn the tide here under Zach Clapper, the third coach, though, for them in 3 seasons.
Yeah, for Coach Clapper, the biggest thing he has to concern himself with, other than competing tonight, is keeping the attitude positive all game long. And when you're coming off, there's a losing culture, obviously, so he's got to worry about keeping the spirits high no matter what happens, working through the game no matter what happens, making sure his team is competing every play, every down, everything that happens. He's got to make sure his team is competing, and then trying to grow the program game by game, week by week. That's his job. That's his mandate. And I think they've done the right job by getting a Zanesville guy to take over.
The good news is those 26 points they put up in week 1, more than they scored the entire season in 2024.
Wow.
So they're off to a nice
That
start.
was a silver lining.
This young man right here, Vaughn Pouncy, definitely going to be the bell cow on the offense. Almost went for 200 yards on the ground last week. 3 tutties as well against the Johnnies. What I like most is the yards per carry, 10.7, Effie. What I saw on some of the film, he runs with power. He's got speed too, and watching him in the pregame warm-up, everyone's kind of looking at him. So he's going to get his touches. Expect him to be special tonight.
Well, and absolutely. And if you're Coach Clapper, you don't get fancy here. You just go with what works for you, and no need to get out here on the road and try to do something new and fancy. You got a guy who rushed for almost 200 yards. You give him the football. You don't make mistakes. You don't don't have turnovers, and play to your strengths tonight. And handing this young man the football is clearly one of their strengths.
As the Colts are about to merge out of their locker room and come to the tunnel, let's tell you about them now under their third-year head coach, Aaron Brokaw. Lots of momentum, not just because of that Week 1 win that we detailed, but how they finished last season, too, ended up making the playoffs, and tons of key pieces back. I mean, 8 starters on both offense and defense, so a team that's trending in the right direction. A lot of positivity and definitely the excitement after beating Perkins last week. It is noticeable.
Yeah, and that, like we talked about, from Week 1 to Week 2 is huge because you get a chance to figure out who you are in Week 1, and getting a big win against a program like Perkins is, that's monumental because, you don't know how your team is going to respond against a formidable opponent. Most teams schedule a lighter opponent in that week just to kind of feel your way into the season, but they went after, they had a big game in Week 1 and really performed well in that game. It was a tight game all the way to the end, and they end up pulling it out. So that speaks well to what this season is going to look like for them going into conference play.
And you're taking a look at number 7 there, Nash Evans. He's got to be our player spotlight. Mr. Worldwide for this team, man. He made plays everywhere. He never comes off the field. Every snap you can see that guy out there. He showed great endurance in Week 1 and just a ton of poise. I love talking to him after the game. They try to ice the kicker a couple of timeouts. It's his first ever career varsity field goal. It's a walk-off kick. Sends the Valley into an uproar. They're ringing the victory bell. This kid, he's just got it. I don't know what that is, Effie, but he had some of it.
You got to love specialty guys. You know what I mean? You got to love them, and this kid can do it all. He's one of those kids that probably you get him on a ping pong table, he'll probably be great at that. He can
He'll
do it all.
figure it out at least.
He'll figure it out. You know what I mean? So, it's good to have those type of kids that can play and are good and in the clutch. And he had a clutch performance against Perkins and won him the game. So I'm sure Coach Brokaw is glad he's on their team and came up big for him last week. And hopefully he's going to improve on that and get better this week.
That's going to all but put a bow here on our GEP pregame show, as we are just about set for kickoff here at the Colt Corral. Week 2 just about underway to begin your Labor Day weekend. A little bit chillier than we're accustomed to this time of year. It's going to be 62 degrees here at kickoff. Got a few rainy days ahead, all setting the scene for a huge weekend of college football, especially down in Columbus. I know that most of my Buckeye fans, they've been on the edge of their seat for about a month.
Right. That's for sure. You said that like you were, kind of on the fence about being I don't know where I'm feeling some kind of way about how you said that about us Buckeye fans.
Well, some are a little bit more locked in than others. My off seasons, as we get a flag here, the kickoff's going to go out of bounds. I'm usually more focused on my Browns, Effie, and I'm always trying to talk myself into it's going to be our year. We're finally over the hump.
Right.
The Buckeyes are going to be there for me on Saturday, so I don't get too high or too low. I know the good times are going to come.
Right. So you're like me. You're typical Browns fans. We're all traumatized.
Typical.
I got you.
So here comes the Blue Devils. Get to see the offense for the first time tonight. Talked about Vaughn Pouncy, what he brings. Kassan Haslett, starting quarterback this year, just a sophomore. See what he's able to do here on a first down play. Bring a motion. They'll get the jet sweep here to Aiden Wells to the outside. Nice stutter. And he's able to evade a couple of different Colts tacklers and went from nothing to about a 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, nice run there by Aiden Wells, who came across on the jet sweep, trying to find some space there in the Clear Fork defense. Nice pickup, 9 yards on first down.
So it's going to be an excellent start here for the Blue Devils, who picked up a lot of momentum at the end of the game, week 1 against the Johnnies. Talked about the fact they gave up 70, but 26 points for them. That's something to build off of, only scoring 21 all of 2024. Here's Pouncy, our player spotlight, and you see he's a bit of a bull coming through the hole for the first down.
Yeah, that's power. That was power straight up the A-gap, and a little trap play up front. They pulled the left side guard, and that is straight power up the gut for the first down. And, when you're keeping it simple up front and you got a player like Pouncy in the backfield, you play ball control, you utilize the clock, and you try to end with points. And that's a great game plan here for the Blue Devils.
They'll toss it to Vaughn this time. Shake and bake in the backfield. Wow. First contact by Davis Hoflick, but he's able to run through that arm tackle and keeps his feet all the way, and a decent pickup again to start off this fresh set with the chains.
Yeah. Pitch sweep, and once again they pull both guards to get some perimeter leverage that time, but great job by the Colts protecting the edge. But Pouncy's shows good speed by outrunning the Colts and picking up a couple yards.
Instant replay is brought to you by OhioHealth this season here at the Colt Corral. Be second down. They'll need 8. They flash Vaughn out. They'll throw it to him. And he's going to get gang tackled. Big clip on him. That was Ben Campbell applying the pop there that kind of threw his head back.
Yeah, this is a physical Clear Fork group. Up front, they're coming off the ball, and those hits are going to add up over the course of the game. And with the amount of touches that you get the feeling that Pouncy's going to get over time, those hits are going to collect on his body. But Clear Fork being physical, but right now the Blue Devils are moving the football.
Minute burned off the clock. First third down that Zanesville's going to face. Quick throw and miscommunication. He and the intended target not even close. Wide receiver goes inside. The throw's outside for Wells, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Not a bad start for the Blue Devils. I'm not sure about the third down call there. I love the way they were running the football there. I would love to see them keep pounding that ball, even if you don't get it there on third down. Pouncy had a really good he was getting good yards running the football there, but they come up short and going to punt it away here on fourth down.
Colts bringing some heat off the edge. It's going to be a high end-over-end punt. It's going to take a skip right about the 20-yard line, and it will be downed, caught by Carson Hostetler. And the Colts will take over. We'll get to see their offense for the first time here tonight. And speaking of the Colts, let's jump into Effie and I's keys to victory for Clear Fork here this evening. I'm going with versatility, F. They ran it 43 times against Perkins, did it really well, but they also threw it 22 times. So if they mix it up and they can hit some big plays, I think they win tonight.
Yeah, I like that one. Mine is limiting mistakes, and right now it's easy against a team that you probably got advantage on is to make some mistakes. You want to limit your mistakes, play solid here after we see that big run on first down. But you want to play solid and keep your mistakes to a minimum and play a clean game, especially early here against this team from Zanesville.
It's going to be a Pioneer Career and Technology Center first down. This kid, the sophomore Braden Hayes, he had limited snaps last week, but there were times in the game where he was dominating drives. I think at one point they gave him 6 consecutive carries, and he produced when he had his chances. Here he is again, first down run, but he'll be swallowed up in the backfield. Excellent pursuit by the linebacker, and there was just nowhere to go right from the jump.
Yeah, Bentley Beaver at that time done a great job of pursuing that football. He read that right away. Got off the block and made the play in the backfield for no gain. And I'll tell you what, one of the things that's tough in high school football is about depth. And you could tell the Blue Devils have talent, but sometimes it comes down to the depth aspect of the game. But right now they're playing tough.
Swing pass. The brothers connect. Here's Davis with the snag. He's out near first down yardage. They're going to give it to him, so it's officially a pickup of 10, and they'll move the sticks. First down coming up.
Number 10, Carson Hofstetter making the tackle for Zanesville. Give the Colts first down.
Nice run after the catch that time by Hofflick, and it was, they're going to have their opportunities in space to make plays and pick up first downs. And right there you saw Hofflick getting a first down after catching the ball about 2 or 3 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Campbell looking to push the pile, hit as he got to the second layer. Gain of 3.
Number 9, Vaughn Pouncy making the tackle for Zanesville.
And there's Pouncy as a linebacker. For as much of the load he carries offensively, he has got his nose just about in every running play. He's in there defensively, so he is a big part of the Blue Devils on offense and defense. He plays a big role for this team.
Hayes continues to be the featured back. Here he is running in behind a nice block to the outside. Here is Hayes diving forward into plus territory. That's going to be a Pioneer first down and the largest run so far of the youngster's career.
And Braden Hayes comes right off tackle that time and straight ahead. Great push up front. Great double team, power blocking. And Hayden, no cuts, straight off tackle, and that's what you like to see from your back. A lot of times backs like to dance in the backfield. He comes straight downhill, gets good yardage for the first down.
Quick snap, not a lot of room. Just a big cluster there at the line of scrimmage. And Hayes swallowed up maybe a half-yard pickup.
Fighting for about a yard there. Down to the 42.
One thing I'm noticing here, Brian, for a team that huddles, the Colts, they play with good tempo. A lot of times you don't see a lot of high school teams huddle anymore, but for a team that huddles, they still play with great tempo. They're in and out of the huddle. They're up to the line of scrimmage, and they get a lot of plays off for a team that huddles.
Here comes Porter Schmidt. The turf monster caught him. He was at the yard to gain. It's going to be officially a pickup of 9. And they will move the sticks. It's a Pioneer first down. This almost went for 6.
Yeah, he was there. Again, great blocking up front, power scheme. Woo! And wow, he saw too much daylight. I think he got too excited because there was nothing in front of him.
Schmidt last week, 17 carries, 38 yards, just 2.24 yards per clip. So it's an excellent sign for him, as this is the second catch for Davis. The Hoflick to Hoflick connection. And you talked about the run after catch on the first one. A little bit better even here.
Yeah, and Hoflick again doing a great job of avoiding that initial tackle, getting upfield and getting those yards after the catch. And the good thing, what I like about Clear Fork, again, they do a great job of mixing up formations. They'll go anything from double tights to spread to trips on the side. They give you a lot of different looks to the defense. Here they are in what we call rifle, 2 receivers on each side with 1 back. And it just gives the defense a lot to prepare for.
Here's Schmidt out of the backfield. He's got the catch and another first down here for Clear Fork. That's where he was really valuable in week 1 out of the backfield. Porter Schmidt with 4 catches, 42 yards to lead Clear Fork in the passing attack.
Yeah, my note for Schmidt is I've just got the word versatile. You know what I mean? He could run the football. They swing him out of the backfield. He's one of those guys that they can line him up in the backfield or split him out as a receiver, catch it out of the backfield. He can do it all for these Colts.
Nice long drive. Colts mixing it up here. They'll go back to the running game. Hayes lowers his shoulder, and now here's Vaughn.
Wow.
I mean, he is noticeable there at the Mike linebacker position, comes up for a big tackle.
Now, Vaughn Pouncy that time was being blocked. I mean, he was good and blocked that time. If you see it here, he's being blocked. He gets off the block.
Boom.
And makes the hit. I mean, what do you do with that? That is great athleticism, and he just stayed after it and makes the hit. Great play that time.
Clock under 5 minutes of play here. Fast-moving first quarter. Toss play this time. Schmidt finds a burst, catches the edge, and he'll be tracked down at about the 16-yard line. Another nice pickup, but for the first time tonight, the Colts about to face a third down.
Wow, that is a good defensive play. Good blocking outside by Nash Evans to allow that nice run, but like you said, brings up a third down, a big third down here for the Blue Devils. I know they really want to get off the field here or try to keep the Colts to a field goal try.
Schmidt caught in the backfield. Vaughn got to him. A little bit of help from Ethan Morrison, and they will force a fourth down situation here for Coach Brokaw and company. They rolled the dice a bunch last week, so at the now 14-yard line, we'll see what they draw up here.
Wow. Great play that time. Watch Ethan Morrison gets off the block, finishes off, but Vaughn Pouncy cannot be blocked. He is all over the field, but Clear Fork's going to go for it here on 4th.
Schmidt, the lone back. He'll circle out of the backfield. Here's Marcus rolling that way. He's got a little bit of green, but he's going to be met. Big stick. Not even close. That's Morrison again. Yeah. And the Blue Devils stop him on downs.
Great defensive stop by the Blue Devils. I think he had some players open, but sometimes when you start to run on the perimeter, it's, right now he's got his eyes up, but once he decides he's going to go, he's just going to go. And at the point he put his head down, that's when guys came open. And as a quarterback, I can tell you, when he gets back to the sideline, the guys will be like, I was open. I'm like, well, listen, I can't run and see everything at the same time. So, but great stop by the Blue Devils that time, and they take over here on first down after a really big defensive stop.
They'll hand it off here. Pouncy with a cut. A couple Colts help submerge him, take him down after a pickup of 4 to start the drive.
Now, I'm not calling plays for the Blue Devils, but I would tell you they would be best served to utilize the clock and pound this football because I think they figured out something here. They can utilize the outside run, the inside run, and they've got some good athletes and some physical guys up front here. And as Clear Forks makes a great play that time. They are all over number 9 on that play.
Colts were really dynamic on the defensive side of the football last week in the win over Perkins, holding them to just 14 points. And despite kind of a slow start in 2024, Effie, they still had the 3rd best total defense in the MOAC, holding opposing rushers to just 3.4 yards per clip. That was 2nd best in the league.
Yeah, and you can tell they play aggressively. Their linebackers are standing in the gap, and they really want to get up and force the action.
Sidearm throw, it's a little bit dangerous. Maddox Muller, the intended target. And Clear Fork do their thing on the backside there defensively. Just nowhere to go with the football.
Great job up front by the Colts, really forcing you to do what you don't want to do when you get behind the sticks and force a team that's running the football well to have to throw the ball, even in play action. It's tough. It's tough to get that 3rd and long when they know you got to throw the football. So great job by the Clear Fork defense.
Jacob Brokaw standing back at his 41-yard line. It's the Blue Devils looking for some extra help, and that's why Clear Fork rushing the punter. And now a fortuitous Colts bounce, and they are going to be set up in business at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, and again, that was all caused by the outside pressure on that punt rush by the Colts. And, I think the punter had room to kick, but he felt the pressure coming from the outside and ended up just shanking that thing straight up in the air.
Colts marched it down the field on their opening drive, got into the red zone, stopped on 4th down. And here with 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the opening quarter, we'll see something new. It's a jet sweep, and here's Devin Oswald, the burner to the outside, stutter step, reaching, he's in there. Touchdown, Clear Fork.
And again, it was the perimeter blocking. Great job up front. That jet sweep goes well, but the blocking. Nash Evans outside the receiver gets a great block on the perimeter. Really springs Oswald, allows him to get into the end zone for the first touchdown of the night.
Looked like the Devils got a little piece of that PAT, but the damage is done. Devin Oswald getting into the end zone, 27-yard touchdown run. We'll be back here at the Colt Corral coming up right after a quick commercial TO.
Special thanks goes out to James.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Nash Evans getting set to kick it off after Clear Fork strikes first here at home. 6-0 the score after the block PAT. Devin Oswald ripping off a 27-yard touchdown run. Pretty nice blocking to the outside, but that is just about skill, athleticism, and definitely a whole lot of speed.
Yeah, Oswald turned that corner. You could tell, sometimes you could tell track guys from other guys on the football field. He turned on a different type of speed when he got to the outside.
Here it is one more time on the OhioHealth replay. Just that little setup to the inside to be able to break off the move, and then here, just the reach.
Nice run.
Colts have not trailed yet here this season. Led or tied the entire night against the Perkins Pirates. Here they are on top by 6, and a great pursuit. Starting to key a little bit on Pouncy now.
Right. And that time Slosser didn't read anything. All he did was look at number 9 and went after him. Said, no, I know where the ball's going. And he went right after him. Great job all around by the defense of the Colts. I think they figured something out, so it's going to force now the Blue Devils to go to something different, their secondary game plan, because they're now keying on Pouncy, which is probably a great idea.
They saw what you saw early in the game. This dude, he has got it.
Right.
Make somebody else beat you, as this is lobs up for grabs. And it's now 3 incompletions on the night. No connection so far for Carson Haslett.
And as the thing about it, the longer you hold the football, the less chance you're going to have of making a completion. You really want to get some quick routes, some easy completions for him. If they're going to have to throw the football, he's got to be able to get the ball out of his hands a little quicker against this really aggressive defense. Like I said, the linebackers are not reading anything. So their chance is to kind of get the ball out quick. And, the Clear Fork defense, corners, secondary, linebackers, everybody is playing aggressive. So their opportunity is try to get the ball out quick. Did we have a penalty?
Declined by Clear Fork.
I see.
It was against Zanesville. So we say hello to everybody out there watching live and free right now on YouTube Channel 1. Also share the link on our Facebook page. Drop me and Effie some comment nuggets throughout the course of the game. We'll read them right here on air when we got a chance. As this is thrown into traffic, it's a little underthrown. First completion, though, of the night, but well short of first down yardage here to LaShawn Willett.
And, again, that's one of those passes where, I like the concept, and he had to throw it under pressure. Great job by the receiver coming back to the football to make the catch, but like you said, just short of the first down.
It is a pickup of 7. 4th down 5 on the fields. Clock rolling down to about 20 seconds. And the Colts, again, they're going to bring some heat. Everybody coming on the punt block, and they almost get there. Fair catch called for. Broke on. He slammed to the ground. Obviously, that's going to be a penalty, and a nice catch by Jacob coming up through the contact to hang on to that football.
Right. A great job hanging on to the football, and I think number 31, Addison Mitchell, was going to tackle the returner no matter what.
No matter.
He had it in his mind. I'm going to tackle this guy no matter what happened.
So as Marcus Hoflick trots back out onto the field, fresh off a successful touchdown drive, again Clear Fork set up in fabulous field position. And unfortunately, as you can see on our clock cam that we have the worst view of the clock in the entire house. I can't see the seconds at all, just like you guys can't see the seconds, so I don't know exactly what's showing. Do love the new scoreboard, just the placement,
Effie. Just the placement.
Didn't help us out a lot.
Right.
Hopefully going to the air. It's a bullet over the middle. Nash Evans! He's going to take it with a house call. 38 yards to the zone. And the stampede. Loving it.
Beautiful. And that is great recognition, by the Clear Fork coaching staff. They saw linebackers being very aggressive, and the running game has been really tough to stop. So the linebackers step up. Hoflick does a great job of getting that ball right over the top of the linebackers. Great move by Nash Evans with the stop and go after he makes the catch right into the end zone. That is great execution there by the Colt offense.
This kid is just poised for a breakout season. The Swiss Army knife of the Colts offense.
Absolutely.
Into the end zone, 12-0 after the blocked PAT. They're going to go for 2 to try to extend the lead out to 14. Play action to the zone. Oh. Campbell almost. Oswald almost brought that in. But the score will stay at 12-zip, and got a messy student section here tonight, Effie. Hopefully we got some Clorox bleach at home for some of these kids.
Yeah, it's going to take more than that for some of these kids. Some of them are a real mess.
And just to explain what's going on, you see the purple capes, and you're like, well, Clear Fork's kind of green and black, aren't they? Well, there's a young man, Aiden Riggle, a senior at East Knox High School. He's battling something called adenocarcinoma. Started chemo on Wednesday. We're going to pass around a purple football helmet in the third corner and try to raise some money and some donations. A lot of schools around the area are also supporting. And the Clear Fork student section, they're doing push-ups for every point scored for Clear Fork, and they're going to rotate. Save their biggest kids for last just in case. They saw a 70-burger last week put up on this defense. Right. So they got their powerhouses for the fourth quarter saved just in case, Effie.
That's nice. That's great, man. I love that.
So thoughts and prayers, of course, to Mr. Riggle, his family, and believe me, we are all going to help you battle this thing. Monetary, positivity, it's going to happen, baby. Just hang in there.
Absolutely.
Amazing start here for Clear Fork, kind of as we anticipated.
Well, I like the cleanness they're playing with, though, Brian. Otherwise than – the extra points. I think they're playing a clean game. They're not being really sloppy here. They obviously got an opponent that's been struggling, but they're playing clean, and they're not being sloppy as well. They're playing what I think is they came in prepared, and they're trying to get better tonight. And I think as a coach, that's what you want your team to do: come out and get better, no matter who the opponent is.
That will do it, though, for the first quarter. Clear Fork with a pair of touchdowns in as many plays on offense. They'll take a 12-0 cushion into quarter two. We'll see you there.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank. That's better.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Back here at the Colt Corral, that's what we're looking at, 12-0. Clear Fork's on top. Zanesville, though, with the football. They've got it 1st and 10, but backed up after great coverage by Clear Fork to hold them at the 13-yard line. Don't see that very often off of a kickoff. As they'll go to the air, second completion here. Connor Johnson with the snag. Colts come out. About 5 different guys combined to make the stop, but it's a pretty healthy gain of about 8 or 9.
Yeah, nice job that time, getting the ball out quickly. A nice little 5-yard hook route by Connor Johnson, makes the catch. He's got a little bit of room, makes the first guy miss, and gets a positive first down. Actually gets a first down on first down. So that is, if they're going to throw the ball, those are the types of passes they're going to have to make and mix up this offense, because trying to hand the ball to Pouncy and just hand it to him, that sounds great. But they're going to have to. The Colts defense has forced them to have to mix it up. And those are the type of passes that they're going to have to be able to complete.
Pouncy, instant contact. One gets him down low, big crack upstairs, and he's dropped for about a half-yard loss.
And Clear Fork, again, they are aggressive. These linebackers are reacting so quickly. As soon as that ball is handed off, they are reacting quickly. They are in every gap. They are not respecting anything that looks like play action. They are all over the football. Great job by the Colts. And the one thing that the defensive linemen don't get credit for is keeping those linemen off the linebackers so the linebackers can come in right away and make those plays.
Clear Fork playing with just 3 down linemen this season, allowing those 4 linebackers to try to come in, fill some gaps. Here's some heat from Oswald. The throw, Evans. Perfect timing, no flag, and it'll be incomplete.
A lot of times when you're playing a defense so aggressive, it makes it so difficult to do anything, especially in the short or intermediate area. You've got to either take a deep shot. If you can't run the ball inside, you've got to take a deep shot if you can't complete those short passes. But right now, the Blue Devils are so they're out of whack right now. They can't get anything going offensively. There's a deep shot, and it's picked.
Beautiful read, and the interception taken down by Caden Bostic.
Intercepted by number 24, Bostic for Clear Fork. Taking that return back down about the 41-yard line.
Show that play to you guys one more time.
bringing them down, finally for Zanesville. Get the Colts. First down.
This is a great play, but I will tell you what, Connor Johnson had a step here, and these are the types of plays that the Blue Devils, you're going to have to make. He had a step, probably a good play call, but with the pass rush, quarterback just can't step into the throw, and he can't execute the play.
So it sets the Colts up in enemy territory for the third consecutive drive. Evans strung out, keeps his feet, still fighting. Now finally, the whole scrum's able to push him down, but Nash Evans, just a kid that's got a lot of grit to him.
Right.
Didn't want to give it up.
Fighting for those yards. And the Colts offensively are making Zanesville defend every inch of this field. They're going jet sweep. They're going power off tackle. They're doing everything. They're throwing the football. They're making them defend every inch of the football field. And that's how you wear a team down. And to be honest, that's how you get a lot of points on the scoreboard by the end of the night. But they are making them defend every inch of the football field.
Hayes able to sizzle up in between the tackles. Big first down run as they'll move the chains yet again down to the 26-yard line. Love this sophomore, what he's been able to bring the first 2 weeks of his varsity career. Braden Hayes making an impact on both sides of the football.
Yeah, Hayes runs with a lot of power, and right there, that's what I love to see. That right there, Brian, is old school ISO. That is straight base blocking up front, fullback on the front side linebacker, and your halfback running the ball straight up top.
Evans with another touchdown back of the end zone. Excuse me, I thought it was Evans. That's Brokaw hauling it in. And the Colts with 3 unanswered scores here to start the competition.
Love that play call there. And, the Colts just have everything going. They're executing well. Their running game is going well. They have the Blue Devils completely off balance, and they're running behind them, by them, and around them at this point. And, again, they're playing clean. And they executed well. And great pass and throw by the Colt offense that time.
Here is Evans on to try the PAT. This one is pure. So 19 zip now the count. Jacob Brokaw, welcome to the end zone. Here it is, a second look, play action. Suck up the linebackers. A nice throw after the contact due by Marcus Hoflick.
Yeah, you run ISO 2 straight plays in a row, and then you come with the play action over the top, and that's just, great execution there by the Colts.
3 tutties by 3 different players so far here for Clear Fork. And I got to tell you, Effie, this was a team back-to-back MOAC champions back in 17-18 when they first joined the league. Shelby seems to be head and shoulders above everybody else, but at least that air of championship football,
right.
I think it's back in the Valley this season.
Well, and like I said, when you're playing defense and you can execute, and what I like about them offensively is they can do a lot of things. They can run the ball effectively. Hoflick is now an experienced quarterback. He's now a 2-year starter, so now he can throw the football effectively. He can, he can run this offense. So that is how you win championships. You can compete with anybody where you can do multiple things offensively. So, this league is going to be, especially with the Colts now, they've got a winning attitude. They've got to feel like we can play and beat anybody. So, you can't just hand over the championship to Shelby just because they're going to be good. I'm looking at a good team right here. So, it ought to be interesting. Really ought to be interesting in this conference.
Hoflick now with 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions here to start off his junior campaign. And as you mentioned, second-year starter just looks a bit more comfortable out there, as does Aiden Wells. Nice little burst to the outside. Colts end up covering it across the 25-yard line. And the Blue Devils, danger zone now. Got to start getting something going here offensively.
Yeah. And what I also think the Blue Devils has got to start doing is utilizing this clock a little bit more. And I know they, a lot of teams you get used to playing at a certain pace, but they got to start utilizing this clock. They are playing a lot of guys both ways. So they got to start utilizing this clock a little bit more to their benefit.
3 receivers bunched here to the near side. Rolling out this way is Hazlitt. He'll throw it.
Nice.
And a nice connection. That will be first down to Maddox Moeller. And that's a way to start this drive here for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, this is great patience this time by Kason Hazlitt. Uses athletic ability. Kept his eyes downfield right at the last minute. Found his receiver, Maddox Moeller, for the first down. That is a great execution by the Blue Devils that time, but a great play by the quarterback in a situation where they need to move the football here on this drive.
Trailing by 3 scores, 8.5 minutes remaining here before we reach halftime. Do want to invite you for our band show presented by GEP. We'll show both Zanesville and Clear Fork's marching band performance at the break. Pouncy dropped it, looking downfield before he was able to accumulate the football. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
On the coverage for Clear Fork. So brings up 2nd down and 10 for Zanesville.
So right now for Zanesville, you want to try to get something positive here in the first half. I thought they started off the game well. They ran the ball effectively. But you want to go into the locker room on some kind of positive note, whether it's a touchdown or even if just a solid drive. You want to go in, you want to make sure you have something positive happen here before halftime.
Pouncy lowers the boom
Yes,
there.
Yes,
Second level, kept him churning. One of the more physical 4-yard gains you'll see.
Right. I'll tell you what, I am impressed with this kid. He runs with some physicality. He plays hard on both sides of the football.
To pick up a 5. 3rd down, though, near midfield. Trying to break into Colts territory. Pouncy on the left hip, somehow shuttled through, throws a stiff arm, tumbles forward. He's going to be real close.
Yeah, and again, strong run, picks up the first down, and we talked about, with Oswald from Clear Fork, how you can tell, a little bit different athletic ability and when you see a track guy, and I'm not sure if Pouncy runs track, but he's got great balance and athleticism. I'd be willing to bet he's at least a multi-sport athlete because he got hit that time where 90% of players would have fell. He stayed up, picked up more yards, and picked up the first down that time for Zanesville.
The motionman now, quick throw. Nice one-handed catch, but he's wrapped up. Davis Hoflick read it immediately, and it goes for no gain. And bad sign here as Vaughn's a little slow up off the turf. Been calling his number a lot so far here.
Come on.
Show you the end of the play one more time. We'll slow it down.
Yeah, it looked like just kind of got twisted up a little bit on the tackle. Davis Hoflick comes up, makes a really good tackle in the open field, which you're going to have to do. He has to do. Grabbed a hold of the leg and kept hold of it till the rest of his teammates came to clean him up. And I think he just got his leg twisted a little bit, and hopefully he's going to be okay.
So Pouncy still on the ground, his helmet off right now. Cheerleader showing some respect, taking a knee as well. Plenty of games going down live and free on the OH Report. Tonight we've got 9 live streams, a record here on OH Report. And we are from sea to shining sea right now in the state of Ohio, from Columbus all the way up to Lake Erie. Checking in on Hillsdale and Lucas. See the Falcons, what a special team they feel like they have, 21-0. They're on top of the Cubs. That's midway through quarter number 2. Got a 1-point game at the Castle with Northmore on top of Seneca East, 7-6. Danville leads Utica Actually, the Redskins just scored. They just took a 12-8 lead. And in our Marion County game of the week, we've got the Elgin Comets right on the doorstep. They're trying to add to their 12-0 cushion right now over Ridgedale. So we've got 2nd and 11 going for it. All rainbow pass. I think the receiver was out of bounds, but a late flag comes in. A little contact over there on the coverage. Cameron Willett, the intended target.
Boy, that is a. Well, we'll see what they call here, but if this is a pass interference, that's a tough call.
Definitely gets a little piece of the jersey, however.
Yeah.
It's right there as the ball's coming down to the turf, and he's a couple yards away. Uncatchable, as they say in the NFL.
Right, and I know that's – I'm not sure how much of a thing that is in high school, but still, that ball was a good 7 yards inside. And that's what I think that's exactly what they're discussing right now. The fact that, number one, I think the receiver may have ran out of bounds, and number two, the ball was a good 5 to 7 yards inside when it landed. So we'll see what they do with this penalty.
So,
offsetting.
Okay.
So we got Hill with a man downfield on Zanesville. Defensive pass interference on Clear for it. Those penalties offset. Try it again.
So they actually will benefit Zanesville a bit here as they'll get to run 2nd down back over again.
So get out those green 50-50 tickets and we'll read off that number.
And for the Blue Devils in this game, it's actually, I don't think we shared our keys to victory with you guys at home yet. Let's jump into those real quick before this next snap. Effie, I just feel like you got to be tough, man. Belleville's a pretty rugged, hard-nosed community. You got to try and match their physicality as much as you can.
Yeah, and I think you're right. For me, it was get off to a fast start, and I'm going to tell you what, Brian. I thought they did. They just can't get any points on the board. I thought they played well early. It just didn't equal any points. When they had to go 3 and out in that first drive, that was huge. Because I felt like that was their best drive of the night. When they started the game, they got off to a good start, but they just couldn't pull any points together. And when they had to punt it away, I think that spelled doom for this offense.
Well, so did the blitz here from Oswald Hayes. Just leaky pipes everywhere. And there's Devin able to wrap him up. Really strong tackler, too. He doesn't just have the speed. Yeah. He's a physical presence this season, and quite a few of these Colts likably larger than when I saw him last year. Right. So you really got to credit the coaching staff keeping the gym open for him, and they found the weight room. Yeah. Swing pass, big collision. Davis Hoflick, we know what type of rocket launcher he has in those legs and that shoulder, man. Big pop. That'll be a loss, and it's 4th and forever.
Yeah, Davis Hoflick is a football player, man. You know what I mean? Some kids are just football players, and you could tell, yeah, he comes up, great angle, and, he's got great balance, great leverage. He goes inside out with his hit and follows through. And then even offensively, when he catches the football, you could just tell football players when you see him, and he is an absolute football player.
Saw sophomore quarterback Kason Haslett having a conversation with his coach, Zach Clapper, over there. So we get a flag, and it's going to be a false start here against the Devils. They'll back it up.
False start on Zanesville.
But for Coach Clapper, inheriting a tough situation last couple of seasons, how about 13 shutouts over the last 2 years? Just one win, Effie, and TJ Longermeyer, and then TJ Carper takes over for him, and then Zach Clapper now, 3 coaches in 3 years. You do love that he's a math teacher at the school. He's in the building every single day, and a young guy, 2014 grad, so he's got the energy to break things down and really put in the extra effort. As that was Ben Campbell, an aggressive block, and the Colts get the football back. Plenty of time, over 5 minutes remaining.
Well, I think, like you were talking about with Coach Clapper, I think the important thing for him right now is, like we said, competing, and his kids are competing, and I can see that. His kids are competing. They're out there. They're playing hard. But he has got to figure out a way to grow the program. And it's a great thing that he's in the building. He's got to get the young kids out, get them interested in playing football. And it doesn't matter what they look like, what their skill level is. Just get them out for football. And that's where he's got to start and try to get the interest back in the sport again.
First down carry, Porter Schmidt, the back here to start off this drive, and he'll have a couple.
I talked to you, we were talking off air about, a lifetime ago, back in the 90s when I played, Zanesville was a powerhouse, man. They were on Mansfield Senior's schedule, and I'm telling you, they were a powerhouse.
Last winning season did come back in 2021. 6-4, were able to make the postseason. Colts hand it off again.
33 Hayes, the ball carrier.
Braden Hayes. See the Blue Devils rallying into the football right now. Actually knock them back about a yard. 3rd down, 9 coming up.
Yeah, and again, this is good aggressive play up front. You can see the Blue Devils all lined up at the line of scrimmage, playing really aggressive defense, selling out on the run, trying to force the Colts, if you're going to win, put the ball in the air, which the Colts can do. But right now the Blue Devils are saying, hey, look, we got to stop this run, which I agree with. You can't let them run the football.
Quick throw to Schmidt. I think that was the plan all along. Porter Schmidt to the outside. Forced out of bounds just shy of the 40, but it'll be a Pioneer Career Technology Center first down. We saw that 4 different occasions week 1. That's his 2nd catch so far here tonight.
Yeah, and this is what I spoke about, the versatility of the Colts. They're able to get into double tights for 2 plays and then spread you out and go to a swing pass and pick up a first down on 3rd down. I mean, that's the versatility this offense has that is going to be so tough to defend for any team.
This time, Schmidt, the lead blocker. Davis cuts up. Not a lot of wiggle room. He gets smacked there at the line of scrimmage. Tackled on the play, Kyler Peoples, along with Michael Reese. No pickup.
For Zanesville, brings up 2nd down and 10.
Vaughn Pouncy still over on the sideline here for Zanesville.
Yeah, he is. He is sitting down. Looks like he's got like an ice pack on his leg, from what I can see here.
2nd and 10. Bobbled and nearly intercepted. Referee right there says incomplete. So Cameron Willett, senior, thought he was going to be racing the other way for 6, and there was a lot of grass in front of him.
It was.
Slow this down for you guys right at the catch point. So, yeah, definitely off the turf right there. It's Quentin Reinhardt. Not able to bring it in. The sophomore, his first target here this evening. And a fast-moving first half.
Absolutely.
2:50 showing on the clock. Not even 7:50 p.m. As Hoflick back to pass. Scrambles here near side, directing traffic. He'll fire, and again it's dropped by Reinhardt. 2 in a row.
Ross, number 19 from Zanesville, has been, again, he's very aggressive. Linebacker, very aggressive at the line of scrimmage. Great job this time with the pass rush. Forces the errant pass. That time, bringing up 4th down here for the Colts.
From the 41, interesting decision. Nash Evans and the punt unit is on. We saw them with a fake in the first punt attempt of the season against Perkins. This would be a spot to try one. It looks like they've got that approach, rolls out right, does boot it, and it might be the coffin corner. We'll see where it's marked at. Should be around the 15-yard line. Referee stuck behind the mess of Blue Devils.
Oh, here he is.
So 13-yard line. Show you this one again, and Nash told us that that's his decision on the play. It's a designed punt. They're going to roll out rugby style. If he sees some daylight, he's going to take off.
How about that? I like that, though. But when you have an athlete like him as your punter, I think that's the freedom that you have as a coach to allow him to make that call. I like that.
So they do pin them inside their own 15, officially marked at the 13-yard line. Pouncy still sitting down on the grass, ice pack on his right leg. As we get a pitch and catch here, Connor Johnson, the sophomore, with the snag. And it's two 10th graders with the connection here to start off this drive.
You know, you got to respect the fact that Zanesville, regardless of what you think or regardless of certainly what I think, they're trying to play. They're trying to win. They're trying to score points. And conventional wisdom says slow down the clock, run the football. They are trying to get points on the board. So, you know, in your face, Effie James, we're trying to score.
They move the pocket. Oswald with the pick, and he'll coast back for the touchdown. Colts get on the board defensively the second time. Number 8 skates into the zone tonight in the Valley. You were saying?
Never mind.
Fireworks popping off again here in Bellville. Don't think he ever even saw Oswald. Devin rips into the zone, one on offense on the reception. He catches this one and takes it back 20-plus yards for the pick six.
Well, that was that recovery speed we talked about, Brian. He, you know, I think, you know, he kind of played possum there. When that ball was released, he hit that button and was able to catch up to the football and make the catch.
2-point conversion is in there. Perhaps we have a flag, though, on the play. It's going to be a hold against the Colts. So take those 2 points off the board.
Hang on a minute, got legal procedure on clear for it.
Which I guess I'm going to have to do, not you guys. Give me a second.
This has probably been the only spot where they really need work. The only unclean spot of the game for the Colts is the extra point. The try after the score has been a little bit messy for the Colts tonight, either by just botched kick or just not being able to execute on the 2-point plays so far.
After the penalty, they'll back him up. Hoflick rolling, throwing to the middle. Big contact. Swallowed up by Kyler Peoples in the backfield. So to your point, they come up empty again here on the PAT 2-point conversion tries. And the worst part about it is Marcus Hoflick a little slow to get up, the junior captain. But this play is what got him back into the end zone. Devin Oswald showing out here tonight. His second touchdown. It's 25-zip. We'll be back. 2-minute drill on the way for Zanesville.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Colts got it teed up here with a 25-0 lead here at home. Looking to go 2-0 for the first time, Effie, if you can believe it, since their second season in the MOAC back in 2018. It's been a while.
Wow.
A lot of 1-1 starts. They won the league 3 years ago under Dave Carroll in 2022, where they went undefeated in the MOAC, but they lost in game number 2 of the season. So this would be a small piece of history making here tonight if they get it done.
That's surprising. You know what I mean? That's surprising, but it speaks a lot to, scheduling. It speaks a lot to, who they play in those games and really trying to compete and play some quality opponents in the early season. So, but right now they are, they look good, and I know they're playing a team that's struggling, but they look good right now, no matter who they're playing.
Extra yardage picked up by Aiden Wells on the outside. He'll be about 4 yards shy here of the first down. But again, a nice connection here to start things off for your young sophomore quarterback.
Right. And, that's a nice little pitch and catch, 6-yard gain. And again, anytime you can get that, and as a sophomore, I know it's tough for him to be able to see that before the play, but that's got to be something that no matter what the play call is, when he sees that, you'd love as a coach to be able to say, hey, if you see that, check to that and let's make that throw.
First time out of the game taken by either unit. The clock stopped at 1:49 showing here before the break. And sitting over there on the sideline is our player spotlight. Vaughn Pouncy was off to a nice start, and certainly to the entire season, I think you could say that. Show you his numbers from week 1, the loss at Johnstown Monroe, but 18 carries, $192, and my man got into the end zone 3 times. Bit of a menace, too, from the Mike linebacker spot, too, yes. Effie. So this is about as big a loss as you can have if you're the Blue Devils.
Right. And, like we talked about, he has been all over the field, and he's a do-it-all player for them. But I will tell you this, and we talked about the importance of a team continuing to compete. And we've seen teams give up, early in games and a lot. But I have not seen that in this group. They are competing. Clear Fork is a talented group, but Zanesville, they're competing. They've got a young quarterback. They've got some young players out there, but they're competing here. And that says a lot, especially with your best player with an ice pack on his knee here on the sideline.
Flag flies. It'll be legal procedure again here against Zanesville. Second time in as many drives that they've had that pre-snap penalty. And these are the killers.
Yeah. This is what you can't have, though. You're already kind of up against it. You're struggling. You don't have any points on the board. You've got to limit those mistakes here and try to go in, like we talked about before, try to go into halftime with something positive, even if it's just a drive. It'd be great if you can just run the clock here and keep the ball for the remainder of the half.
Going for it all, and he's going to be picked off. Quarterback on quarterback cry. Marcus Hoflick undercut it, and he's got the third takeaway tonight here for the Colts, their third interception. But there is a flag down, Effie. Oh, it's going to be roughing the passer, and they'll catch a break.
Yeah.
Didn't see that hanky at first. Here we go.
That's a big break.
It's going to go on that contact on Julian Mills that you saw. It looked like he hit him kind of right as he was releasing it.
Yeah, I think he was high on him, though. I think his hands were up around the head, neck area, and that's one of those things that football at every level is big on, is getting those hands and protecting players around the head and neck area, especially quarterbacks. So, the Blue Devils get a break and get a first down because of the penalty.
Pushes them out right near midfield. Hazlitt from the gun, high snap handles. Has to scramble out of there. He's got a little room. Tripped up, hit down by the ankles by Alex Schlosser as the clock spins. Right around 90 seconds to go, and they'll run no huddle offense. Officially a pickup of 4 as they motion out Hennessy to the right side, throw opposite way. They'll say incomplete. It's been his favorite target so far, Aiden Wells.
Wells with a nice route and, nice concepts here by the Blue Devils And, I like this young quarterback. He's got a nice arm. And, the execution may not be there right now, but there's some things that they do well here for the Blue Devils. They're just not able to connect consistently throughout the night, and they haven't really been able to protect him. You got to give credit to the Clear Fork Colts defense. They're playing with great aggression and physicality up front.
Looks like they're going to play man-to-man straight across the board. No one open backside. Campbell wraps him up, and he'll go down.
Great pursuit by Campbell from the backside. He just kept coming.
Now the Colts are going to take another timeout. Try to keep as much time on the clock as possible. Just under a minute to go, but beating his man to the outside, and there's that acceleration and the sure-handed tackler.
Yeah, he just kept coming. He was being blocked initially, and I just happened to keep my eyes on him. He just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming, and he earned that sack. That was a great effort that time by Campbell.
This could be a great Tide commercial here with the Stampede out there. Just color splash galore. Do it across the street at the church. A lot of fun here. Love the student section in the Valley, regardless of what's going on win and loss-wise.
Right.
They always show out.
Right. And like I said, the community, the student section, they're always going to support their team. And you got to respect that, and you got to love that.
Huge crowd tonight, too. Not only are the bleachers packed here on the home side, but the hill. I mean, there's a lot of folks out here, Effie. Love to know the attendance.
They start putting, generally they don't, when I was coming up, there's now lawn chairs, and it was getting packed up there. There's picnicking and everything going over there.
Sidewinder punt. Brokaw likes just to let it take a hop, and it really benefits Zanesville as Hostetler dives on top of it. And the Colts get the football back. 45 seconds on the clock here. They'll have it 1st and 10. Haven't seen Clear Fork in a 2-minute drill yet this season, so excited to see what type of formations they're running out in and what they're looking to do.
Yeah, this would be interesting, because, if I'm Coach Brokaw, I am absolutely running my 2-minute drill here. And, I want to put my players in position to, utilize the clock and make sure they have awareness of where they are on the field and try to get some points on the board before halftime, additional points.
Instead, it's just going to be a fullback. Alex Schlosser blurring his way up the middle. He's got decent yardage, 7-yard pickup. Clock running. And the Colts don't appear to be in any hurry, so the 25-0 cushion might be content just to take that into the break. The play clock with 20 seconds on it, so Clear Fork can run it to the break if they so choose, and that appears to be the situation that we're looking at. But what a start here tonight for the Clear Fork Colts, doing it on offense and defense here tonight. Couple of touchdowns by Oswald on each side of the football, and they are rolling, looking to go to 2-0. We got a quick commercial timeout lined up. When we come back, you will hear from the Zanesville Marching Band. We've also got Clear Forks lined up. Then we will break down halftime stats with the Emperor. That's right. I've got my star intern here in the house with me tonight, so we'll have that all coming up on the other side. Live and free coverage from the Colt Corral will return just 2 minutes.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank.
you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Under the direction of Lamia Mail, please welcome the Devilettes to the field. Tonight they'll perform to Dua Lipa's Dance the Night. The band will perform a segment from the 2025 contest show entitled Bloom. The show tonight will feature Miley Cyrus's Flowers. Our soloists tonight are Dylan Rush and Dallin Murray. administration and staff, the community of Zanesville City Schools, Zanesville Band alumni, and the Band Boosters for their continued support.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the pride of the Valley, the 2025 Clear Fork High School Marching Band. The band is led on the field by Captain Savannah Mazzola, Caden Detmer, Austin Van Houten, Clayton Lewis, Chloe Stewart, Sabri Caudill, and Callie New. The band is sponsored this evening by McGregor Mortgage, Edward Jones, Griffin Jewelers, Watman Auctioneers, Carpenters Local 735, Edward Jones, Park National Bank, and Stokes Market. For tonight's show, the band has prepared some of our classic rock favorites, starting with The Who's iconic 1971 release, Baja O'Reilly.
19. Total turnovers. They had like 3 picks. 2 picks.
And next, we turn the clock all the way back to 1957. Featuring our Valley Guard, here's Great Balls of Fire by rock legend Jerry Lee Lewis. And to close, the band is digging a little deeper into their song catalog with a Bill Chase hit from 1971, featuring Hudson Shack on alto sax.
And I was like,
here is Get It On.
So it's not that they could lose, but to see that score at halftime, I didn't even think Tippett could score 31 points on anybody. I'm reading the comments. One of the comments says that Ryan All threw the one touchdown pass we have to one of our receivers. I'm like, why is Ryan All throwing a pass? Which makes me think that our quarterback will be. Something happened to him. Something happened to Sean.
Who's supposed to be quarterback for you this year?
Sean Tanner, who's a sophomore. He played as a freshman. If something happened to him, but that still doesn't account for 30 points. He is good. I mean, he is good.
carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain train heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local trained comfort specialist.
It's halftime here in the Valley, and we got a half moon overhead here on a bit of a chilly late summer night. Clear Fork kicking off Labor Day weekend in style as the sun continues to set here in Bellville, and the chances for Zanesville just might be doing the same. I am Brian Skowronski. I welcome in Jackson Yoder, my intern from Lexington, who has seen Clear Fork now back-to-back weeks. Really emotional, awesome win for him over Perkins last week, and they've just rolled that and parlayed all that momentum here into a great first half.
Yeah, I think I did mention that a little bit in last week's postgame. I said, continuing the momentum, after that last win, and they really have brought the momentum here. 25-0, 4 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 2 in the air, and one of them was also a pick 6. And looking at Clear Fork right now, they're looking pretty good statistics-wise with 194 total yards, 105 in the air, and 89 on the ground. And honestly, their defense is playing really good too with those 2 interceptions. That third one could have counted, but maybe a little bit of penalty there. So it's all right, though. Clear Fork looking pretty good. And if you're Zanesville, you just got to make some, change some things up for the second half and see what you guys can do.
Clear Fork, I thought, really great balance on the offensive end as the statistics show. They're right there about 50-50 all the way across the board. And then defensively, just taking advantage of those opportunities, Jackson. That's what I like seeing. They're super aggressive. They're playing a lot of man-to-man. And the 2 interceptions, that's kind of like flipped the game on its head, particularly the one that Oswalt took all the way back for a score.
Yeah, that defense wins championships, and honestly, if they keep this up all season, they might win the MOAC, and it's looking like they're looking like a team that could maybe do that this year.
On the other side, Zanesville, they come in with Vaughn Pouncy, huge week 1. He had a pretty explosive first quarter. He's lost to an injury. They haven't really been able to find anybody else in the run game yet. Trailing by 25 points, they might have to keep it more in the air, but just with Clear Fork being able to tee off, do you feel like it could be a long second half for the sophomore quarterback, Kason Hazlitt?
It might be. With how the first half is went, it's looking like it might be similar to the first half, but we never know. I mean, although in the air, it just hasn't really been clicking too much for him. It just looks like he just can't really find his man. I mean, he's had a few good catches, but just couldn't really keep the momentum going for the drives.
And you see there, not a good sign on crutches. Vaughn Pouncy definitely out for the game here. So that's going to be a tough adjustment for Zach Clapper and this coaching staff to try to make here as we get ready for half number 2, just about a minute away. Jackson, appreciate the stats and the knowledge per always, sir. We'll check back with you here after the game.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, guys.
So as our Global Energy Partners halftime show continues, you're taking a look over at the Clear Fork student section. They've been having fun all night, and They always represent. We talked about it a couple of times here. They got on the purple capes. We mentioned the young man from East Knox who is battling kind of a rare disease, adenocarcinoma. Aiden Riggle, our thoughts and prayers go out to him. Started chemo on Wednesday. Keep it up, fella. Beat him down like the Colts have been able to do on defense so far in that first half, Effie. And breaking down those stats, the balance. That's what I wanted to see from them. That was my key to victory, is just be versatile out there. 105 through the air, about 90 on the ground. What did you think overall about Clear Fork and their offensive game plan?
Yeah, I thought they came in and done exactly what they needed to do. Like you said, they had great balance. I thought they executed really well, and after watching them in their first game, they've done a lot of the same things. They were able to show a lot of things formation-wise. They showed a lot of power running, and then they were able to, right when you adjusted defensively, that's when they spread you out and then throw the short swing passes, or they would throw a short little out to spread you out across the field. So they are really they've got the full package offensively, or they went to, like we saw down here in the red zone, they went ISO, and then play action over the top for the touchdown. So they've done a great job of playing with balance. They didn't go too heavy on any aspect of their offense. So that is going to be their calling card, and I think it's going to be a good one for them this year.
Clear Fork in control. They're going to get the football as well here to start the second half. Zanesville will kick it deep. Takes a hop at about the 25-yard line. Take it on the fly. And Davis Hoflick with the return out across the 35. It'll be quality field position yet again here for Clear Fork. And they have not had a lot of yardage in between them and the end zone when they've started drive so far here tonight, Effie, and they've taken advantage.
Right, and like we said, their execution has been well. Anytime they've had to drive the football, they've done so, and it's mainly because I think they have established the ground game. And when you do that, everything opens up for you. They have ran the ball extremely well tonight, and that has opened up a lot of their passing game, allowed them to do some play action, swing passes, and things like that.
Play action. Here is the swing pass. Here's Oswald. He's a burner. Wow. Catches a block, and here he goes. Jeez. Devin Oswald. You can kiss him goodbye. 64 yards to the crib. Nobody lay a finger on my number 8.
Wow.
Blazing speed.
Well, see, there was, I got to see that replay, because there's about at the 30, there's a button that he hits right there. Wow. Yeah. That is some really good speed by Oswald.
Third touchdown of the night for the senior captain. Now a different kicker. This is Brody Oswald putting it up and through, but the Colts, one play, get into the hands of your playmaker, and they extend their lead 32-0. See if the Blue Devils can get something going when we come back.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
That is a way to start a second half. Clear Fork, they got the firework display now here in the Valley this season, Effie, and they might run out by game's end here.
I was just thinking that.
Another touchdown on the board. That's their 5th of the night, and they've done it in a variety of different ways. Oswald, though, has accounted for 3 of the 5 tutties so far as the ball's loose. It's on the ground. but it appears the Zanesville is able to get back on top of it.
Yeah, that was an impressive run, of course, by Devin Oswald. And we talked about the yards after the catch for him. That was, just a quick little out, and he took it to the house. But right now it's important for, Zanesville in this first drive of the second half for them to try to establish something, get something positive here on early downs. They cannot afford to get behind the sticks. Even if you have to punt the football, don't get behind the sticks. Try to get something positive here on the early downs.
Back to pass, the sophomore gunslinger to the outside. He's got the connection, and it's right near the sticks. It's
nice.
Wells again with the catch, and he's been pretty effective so far over on that left side. Sure-handed kid.
Yeah, that's a nice comeback route. He does a great job of coming back. Nice timing route there on first down, right there at the marker. Good enough for the first down.
First down tonight brought to you by Pioneer Career and Technology Center. Carson Hennessy zips out. They'll throw it across the middle. There's the connection. LaShawn Willett with the snag, and it's back-to-back first down throws to open up this third quarter.
Well, you could tell the biggest difference when this young man has some protection. He's got just a half a second more time, and he throws an accurate ball. And, when a quarterback is not under tremendous pressure, this kid can throw the football, and he can throw it pretty accurately. 2 first downs, back-to-back passes for the young quarterback.
Haslett hands off this time, stutter step out of the backfield. This is Hennessy showing some nice acceleration out across the 40-yard line. And the Blue Devils showing some signs of life here offensively in the second half.
Nice blocking up front. Everybody's got a hat on a hat. But a great job to, when there was some space there, great job by Clear Fork defensively.
Davis Hoflick with another tackle. He's had his nose around the football a bunch here tonight. Haslett drops the shoulder. Able to pick up a couple extra yards. Oswald with the tackle. And they'll stop him short. 3rd and about 1 coming up here for Zanesville.
And this is a lot like as Haslett gets flushed out, but this looks a lot like their first drive of the game. They started off, even though they're passing the ball more, but they were, had a lot of tempo. They got positive yards, and here they are. This is a 3rd and short, but they're playing with some energy here. Let's see if they can pick up this first down.
Carter Hennessy, the lone back. They'll hand it off to him, and he's able to weave his way out to the left side, and that'll be a Pioneer first down. Good job of just surveying and seeing what's open and available.
Yeah, Carter Hennessy does a great job of following his blocking right now. They pull backside guard, and Carter Hennessy, nothing straight ahead, so he follows his backside blocking and finds that first down marker. And 3 first downs in a row for the Blue Devils on this drive. Great job coming out of the locker room, establishing some rhythm here on offense.
Football right at midfield. Hennessy caught by Oswalt and company in the backfield this time. He'll be driven behind the line of scrimmage. Lost a half a yard here on this first down run, but a flag's on the field. Appears it's going to be a holding penalty against Zanesville. They're talking to Coach Brokaw, asking if they'd like to accept. The spot of the ball right now is a loss of 1, and the officials picking up the flag.
Or did they? Oh, they picked up the flag. Okay.
But the Blue Devils showing some nice consistency here. A couple of completions. First down on the ground. But now backed up. They'll need 11 to keep the chain gang on the move. Haslett surveys, tries to step out of trouble, and he can't totally avoid the pressure. Ripped down by Grayson Crunkleton in the backfield.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, Brian, they have been doing a much better job of protecting Haslett, but it wasn't so much that is that the routes were a little bit more timing, and he was getting the ball out of his hands. That time he held on to the football and you know, with this aggressive pass rush, Zanesville has not been able to protect him for that long. So they got to him that time for a big loss.
13 yards officially on the play.
Wow.
Sack behind the line of scrimmage. 24 is what they need here on this third down throw. Stepping up, going for it all. One-on-one coverage. Nash Evans got beat. Wells with a rare drop
There's
tonight.
A late flag. Wow.
They've called it pretty tight on some of those deep balls. The flags have favored Zanesville. So we'll show this to you one more time, and it is going to be pass interference against the Colts, we believe. Or is it? Maybe it's a push-off here against the offense.
Wow.
No?
I don't, yeah.
It is on Nash.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Nash, there was a lot of contact there by Nash. I think that's a good call.
Not an automatic first down at the high school ranks, so when you're 3rd and 24, it just gets you a little bit closer here.
Brings up 3rd down and 9 for Zanesville.
Kaysen backs a pass, 3-step drop. Quick delivery, catch is made by Connor Johnson. Gets swallowed up, tackled pretty immediately by Bostic. 4th down, you expect the offense got to ride it out.
Right. Yeah, they've got to stay on the field here. It's interesting because after such a really good drive, that sack really set them back. You know, they had really good rhythm. They had completed a few passes in a row, even ran the ball kind of effectively in that drive. But taking that big loss on the sack really threw this drive out of whack for the Blue Devils. Now they're facing a 4th and long here, and which they've got to go for at this point.
Got to reach the Colts 40-yard line. Sets his feet, throws to the outside. That's been the weapon in the combination with Wells. Nash Evans with solid defensive coverage, and it'll be a giveaway. Turnover on downs. Colts get the football back with a 32-point cushion.
And they try to go back to that comeback route, which is probably a good call, and I think the receiver may have ran it a little bit deep. He probably should be running that right at the sticks. But, again, great coverage that time by Nash. He's all over that receiver. But good defense overall that time by the Colts to get off the field there on 4th down.
Hayes, the eye back. Keeps his feet rumbling out right near midfield. So extra yardage accumulated. About a 3.5-yard gain on 1st down.
So Hayes, the physical back, again, tough to tackle. I mean, he has been tough to tackle tonight. When they run him inside the tackles, that just sets up everything else they want to do offensively.
Clock fading fast here in this 3rd quarter. Just over 3 minutes to go. Porter Schmidt to the outside, weaving. Catches a block to the edge. Here goes Schmidt. Down inside the 25-yard line. Huge first down run for the Colts. Gain of 20-plus. Looks like 24 to be exact.
And Schmidt, such a great changeup. You know, after you get pounded and pounded and pounded inside, then here comes Schmidt right off tackle with the outside run for a big first down for the Colts.
Missed delivery this time. Looked like the handoff was intended to go to Porter Schmidt. And Marcus Hoflick just could not make the exchange, so it'll be 2nd down and long. They're just going to have to fall on it. Buries them back 6 more yards.
Yeah, I think that was just a snap right in between the quarterback and the running back. Sets the Colts back some yards here.
Oswalt, the tight end, to the right. He'll set the edge, and here's Porter Schmidt to the outside. Cuts it back. And he's got another first down. 17 yards and a late flag on. This is going to go against Zanesville after the play.
Yeah.
bringing him down at the 16-yard line.
And right now, that power play off tackle, and you can see the front side tackle guard, they are just leaning on the defensive lineman from Zanesville, opening up huge holes for the running back. And now you can see the frustration starting to set in. Personal foul, so you're going to tack on some more yardage for the Colts.
Clear Fork down to the 8-yard line now. Bring in their heavy set, couple of tight ends. Pounded up the middle. And this is going to be Schlosser down to about the 4-yard line. Colts with a plethora of weapons this year, Effie.
Yeah.
That's what I liked from them in week one, the combination of Haynes and Schmidt in the backfield, 28 total carries, but they were also able to get Davis, Hoflick, Ben Campbell, Devin Oswalt, Bostic, Evans each had a carry. So doing a nice job of mixing it up, and now it's Schlosser feeding his way into the black, and he's in there for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Everything going the way of the Colts here tonight at home. Starting
Nice
Labor
job.
Day weekend in style, baby.
Absolutely. Nice job by the Colts offense mixing it up. A lot of inside runs, outside perimeter runs, and then ending it with the fullback. 2 wedge plays in a row to pound it inside for the touchdown.
Tack on one more with the PAT. Look at the big boys up front earning their post-game meals, whatever it might be tonight.
Yes, sir.
Schlosser with the physical run, and the Colts running it up on top by 39.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain train heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local trained comfort specialist.
We've got a running clock in order now here in the Valley. Schlosser, the latest player into the end zone now tonight for Clear Fork. Been getting it done in all facets of the game. Maybe the PATs have been a bit underwhelming here tonight, but the last 2 have been punched through by Brody Oswalt in the kicking game. But pretty cool to feed the big fella down there inside of the red zone. 2 carries for Schlosser after the penalty, and he does the last 7 yards into the end zone. His first touchdown of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And that offensive line was the star of that drive. They done a great job of continuing to come off the ball as we get looks like a pre-snap penalty. Yeah, delay of game.
Just 8 seconds showing on the clock here in the third quarter. All you Colts fans got to be fired up about what you're seeing so far through 2 weeks. Trying to return to prominence this season. And in Aaron Brokaw's 3rd year, seems to be the case right now. A lot of guys back. It's kind of all they've known now is the Brokaw system. And it's pretty fun on offense. Defensively, too, they're allowing them more often than not just to line up man-to-man, one deep safety, Effie, and they're trusting their guys to out-athlete the other team, and they're working.
Well, and they play aggressive, and that's the fun. Defensively, you get to have fun, make plays, be aggressive. Not a whole lot of, you don't burden your linebackers and guys with a whole lot of just go and find the football and be aggressive. And a lot of times that works for you. And then offensively, like you said, so many guys get to touch the football, so it's fun to play offensively. So, his system works, and it's successful, and barring some kind of a miracle, it's going to lead to their first 2-0 start in a really long time.
First time since 2018, Clear Fork fans. Wow. I'm sure you remember that one. 10-0. believe they went all the way to the regional championship game that season. Got beat by St. Mary's Memorial, if my mind is not tricking me, after 12 straight wins under Dave Carroll, who also won a MOAC championship for him just a few years ago. So it's not like Clear Fork is far removed from big-time competition, huge wins. Saw this team make the playoffs a year ago and certainly look like this is going to be their 19th season competing in the playoffs when it happens here, Effie. And actually, that was just the end of the third quarter. Okay, so I thought there was a timeout. I got very confused with the running clock and what happened.
Right.
So this is going to be the fourth quarter.
Plus, there was the delay. It was a penalty. So, yeah, they just said, well, forget it. Let's just get to the fourth quarter here.
All smiles here in the Valley tonight. If you've got on a green shirt or a lot of purple here in the stands tonight. Aiden Riggle, the senior from East Knox, getting a lot of love here in the Valley. As here comes the kickoff and the return. And Wells stacked up after he crosses the 25. Be 1st and 10 now for the Zanesville offense. Sitting on a goose egg right now, put up 26 points a week ago in the loss against Johnstown Monroe. But that's been the case for him more often than not.
Yeah.
Mentioned the 13 shutouts over the last couple of seasons and just one victory. Still trying to turn a corner. First-year coach in Zach Clapper. 8th year as a coach, but the first time here coming home to Zanesville, taking over the top dog spot.
Well, and the thing about teams and teams like Clear Fork, they want the shutout, and I know they, Zanesville's struggling and all that, and that's good and well, but these kids want the I'm sure they want the shutout, so they're going to continue to play hard. But again, nice pickup here on first down. And if you're the Blue Devils right now, if you see, Carter Hennessy continues to run hard, which I think, he has here in the second half. They've been running hard. They've been playing hard. They've just let mistakes get the better of them. But Clear Fork is not going to lay down. They want this shutout. You could tell the way they're lining up and playing. They want this shutout.
Move the pocket, running away from Oswald. Here he is, tracking backside. Huge pop. Lucky to hang on to the football, but it's enough for a Pioneer first down. And good carry. Kason Hazlitt just recognizing that he had some space to the left side and breaking the pocket, running for one of the few times tonight.
Yeah, and Hazlitt here in the second half, we're starting to see him use his legs more. As you can tell, he's athletic and, again, young quarterback, good arm. When he's had time in the pocket, he's been able to deliver the ball with some accuracy. And now in the second half, we're starting to see him show his legs a little bit more to pick up first downs.
Little sidearm throw near side. Wells with the catch. He'll take it out of bounds. Obviously, the clock not going to stop at all here with the score being what it is and spinning under 9.5 minutes to go.
Again, and I think, Coach Clapper is starting to see that, we've got to get the quarterback or has told the quarterback, hey, get the ball out of your hands. Either no step or one step drop, get the ball out of your hands when you've got to throw the football. Your running back is running hard. We're trying to get positive yards every play, and another first down here for the Blue Devils. So at some point, at this point for the Blue Devils, it's not about the score. It's not about, anything except positive plays. Each time you want to get a positive play, and, each play, each rep has got to be about positivity. When you go back and watch film, as a coach, you want to be able to teach and say, hey, we're getting better. We're getting better each week.
Hennessy motions out of the backfield. He'll throw it over the middle, undercut it, another interception. Brody Oswalt with the pick. And the Colts get the football right back off the turnover.
Good protection, but a great break by Oswald. I mean, that is a great break, and number 2, Aiden Wells, I thought had a step on his man, but once again, we see these defensive backs from Clear Fork really breaking well on the football, especially the ones over inside the hash marks. They have played well against the pass, and now the Colts are taking over. But once again, a promising drive for the Blue Devils ends in a turnover.
Marcus Hoflick, his day is done under center. Oswalt, who just had the interception, he'll come in at signal caller. As well as the false start here for the Colts. Start off this drive. But the clock's going to continue to run. And it's all just a mute point at this portion of the game, 39-0. And Clear Fork coming up with yet another takeaway. And they have yet to turn the ball over so far through nearly 2 weeks.
Wow. That's a huge stat, too, for as many things as they do offensively. No turnovers. And
another false start here, Effie. And I've said, I've gone on record on broadcast with the running clock, you can just go ahead and keep doing this and the game's going to be over. So it's really not that big a deal.
Right. That's tough, but for Coach Brokaw, I know that's driving him nuts because you want to be clean. But when you get a new quarterback, and no matter what your snap count is, and you tell the kids be disciplined and all that, but there's a different rhythm to the cadence when a new quarterback gets in. So I know that's kind of difficult to get used to.
Brody to the edge, puts his shoulder down. Cameron Willett able to bring him down, but another flag's out on the playing surface. Personal foul, and this one going against the Colts as well. So 3 plays, 3 penalties.
Wow.
Well, actually, just not even a play and 3 penalties.
Wow. A little sloppy here by the Colts. I've seen, they're making some substitutions, specifically up front. They changed quarterbacks and they made some subs up front. So some guys are getting some opportunities here. But the personal foul I didn't necessarily see, but that's a call you don't like to see, especially at this point in the game. You don't like to see personal fouls.
Clock fading down near 5 minutes to play. Still first down. 35 yards needed. So welcome to the QB roll here, Brody Oswalt. And he's going to throw for it. Nash Evans. And definitely got interfered with,
There
right?
it is.
Okay.
I don't think he wanted to throw it, but I think in the end he had to. I think all the PI flags have been really late tonight. They've replayed it in their mind before they've thrown this flag. All right.
So they'll gain some extra yardage off of it, but it'll still be first and a mile, way behind the chains. They'll mark it back out to the 34, but they got to get to Zanesville's 46-yard line. It's been a rather bizarre change of possession here.
Right.
Still haven't ran an official play, Effie, but how about almost 4 minutes off the clock?
How about that?
This one might count.
It might. Let's see.
Hard-nosed run, Braden Hayes. And he's out across the 45. Solid pickup. It's about 10 yards. First down officially in the books.
Nice. And I will still say that, Braden Hayes has been the foundation of this offensive attack tonight. His running off tackle has set up everything else they wanted to do. Their perimeter runs, their passing game has all been because Braden Hayes has been so effective running inside. Defensively, you've got to respect that. And I think he's been the foundation for what everything else they've been able to do offensively.
Talked to Jackson Yoder about that after the game tonight, tracking the stats. Nice job with the hesitation, waiting for the hole to open up, and the sophomore, he's got a Pioneer first down into Blue Devil territory. Beautiful run right here. Like seeing the patience from the young fella.
does a great job, got his eyes up, makes a quick little cut there to the outside. A lot of young backs would have just stuck their head down and ran into the back of the line, but he kept his eyes up, makes the cut to the outside, and finds the daylight for the first down.
About 2:40 to go. Colts about to be 2-0 for the first time in 7 years. Stacked up. Blue Devils with solid penetration defensively on this play. Continuing to fight. Try to keep the Colts off the board one more time. But Clear Fork, solid execution after facing a 1st and 35.
Right.
Continuing to move the football. I formation, new ball carrier in there. Hitting the backfield, Brody Douglas.
Number 25, Brody Douglas, the ball carrier for Clear Fork.
5'9", 145-pound freshman.
Yeah, Coach Brokaw really trying to sub, and you can see him rotating linemen in and trying to get some running backs in and trying to get his young players some playing time here. So hard to do with this running clock, but also trying to, speed this game along. You don't want anything bad to happen, so you want to keep the clock running, but you also want to get your young guys an opportunity to play here.
From the gun, design quarterback draw to the outside. Oswalt drug down inside of the 40. 4th down on the way for the Colts. Next time they snap it, it'll be under a minute to go.
Number 54, Logan Goldsmith on the tackle for Zanesville.
Play clock spinning down to 15 when they break the huddle. Need about 8 yards here to officially end the game if they can pick up the first down. Student section believes they have won, and in about 25 seconds that'll be the case, just not on this play. Clock will stop for the change of possession. Showing 19 seconds. Clear Fork defense just a play away from getting a shutout under their belts. And despite their struggles in terms of collecting wins last year, as mentioned, they were 3rd in total defense in the MOAC, even though they finished 5th in the league. Holding opponents to just 3.4 yards per carry.
Wow.
And bringing a lot of these guys back, I really thought that this could be a special defensive unit. And they certainly proved it out here tonight. Not even going to take another snap. Yeah. 39-0. Clear Fork gets it done here at home. They hold serve 2-0 on the season heading into Lexington week. We'll take a commercial timeout. When we return, we will hear from your most valuable player of the game. Devin Oswald's going to be my choice. The senior, fantastic performance. 3 touchdowns, including a pick 6. A lot of spectacular tackles as well. We'll have that, plus Jackson Yoder with some stats. Effie and I will wrap things up with some analysis as well, so keep it here live in free coverage from the Colt Corral. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
We are a compounding pharmacy, so we compound medication that people are not able to find other places. We can make oral liquids, so like liquids you take by mouth. We make creams and ointments, so if you need a medication delivered topically or through the skin, we can get medication into creams that way. We can also make medications into capsules, as well as suppositories, nasal sprays if you need it, things like that.
I think one of the things that makes Wellspring so unique is to give the patient that ability to choose between traditional and or complementary.
If you're needing medication and you're not able to find what you need, or you need it to go into your body in a different way, that's what we help with.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Community. Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report. Tonight's football game brought to you folks live and free thanks to our friends at GEP, helping communities with exceptional work while utilizing local businesses. Wellspring Custom Pharmacy, where they help you choose effective vitamins and supplements. They can even prepare custom meds for you as prescribed by your healthcare provider. OhioHealth. As the area's leading healthcare provider, OhioHealth is investing in a stronger, healthier community. Learn more at ohiohealth.com/Mansfield. The Madison Adult Career Center, your local provider for career, technical training in healthcare, trades, cosmetology programs, and customized workforce training for employees. Buckeye Horizon, your local cooling and plumbing experts, also your local trained comfort specialists. Charter Next Gen, they're hiring right now. Big-time jobs in a cutting-edge environment. Avita Home Health and Hospice, where they provide high-quality community health care and improve the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. And finally, Pioneer Career and Technology Center, preparing students for college, careers, and the jobs of tomorrow. We've got our MVP in the house. We'll be right back with Devin Oswalt. Stay right there. Back now with our player of the game, presented by the Madison Adult Career Center. Hat trick here tonight, buddy. One rushing, one receiving, and then one on defense. What a feeling this must have been here at home. 2-0 start, and you're kind of the star performance here.
Yes,
just talk to me about being number 8 tonight and what it was like out on the field for you.
Oh, dude, it was amazing because week 1 I came out and noted I did not play my best. I had some drop passes, and I really wanted to clean that up, and I'm glad to have a statement tonight. It was really fun.
Especially on that receiving touchdown to open up the second half. To have the speed and pull away from folks, that satisfaction of just being able to run away, I think that you're probably going to do that a bunch this year, but to have it to start the second half just kind of take me inside your head in that moment.
Dude, it's amazing. So, like when the ball's thrown to me, I feel like time slows down. So I had so much time to think about the ball coming to me, and as soon as I caught it and ran past him, I felt like Jay Jackson last year. If you remember that against Lexington, that's exactly what I felt like. It felt amazing.
It was cool to watch as well. You got the fireworks display going on.
Yes,
and Holden serve 2-0 for the first time since 2018, I saw. So it's been quite a while out here in the Valley. A team that's been building up to it under your head coach now in his 3rd season. And for you to kind of have this breakout performance, just what do you think you're going to remember most about the start of this season, knocking off Perkins and then a shutout victory tonight?
Oh, it's amazing. I think what I remember most is that people had doubts about our head coach when he first came in, but what people don't realize, you need time to build a culture.
Sure.
And I think what people are going to realize now is that he's built that culture, and we're here to do it. It's Colts football again, so it feels pretty great.
You guys have been ringing that victory bell a lot here lately.
Yes,
getting used to that's got to be something that I'm sure Colts fans have been looking forward to. But as a player, just talk about your satisfaction. You closed last season with a bang and then coming out here strong in 2025.
Dude, it's amazing. I just feel so great to win. There's no better feeling than it. I just love it. It's great.
Well, I think the smile tells it all. I know there's going to be a celebration going down here in Bellville tonight, so I'll let you get to it. But first, go ahead, look in the camera, and just shout out anyone you want.
All right, thank you. I'd like to shout out Coach Brokaw and all the coaching staff, my teammates like Ben Campbell, Nash Evans, and my parents that came to support me.
Devin Oswalt, your Madison Adult Career Center MVP with 3 total tutties.
Appreciate it.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
We are a compounding pharmacy, so we compound medication that people are not able to find other places. We can make oral liquids, so like liquids you take by mouth. We make creams and ointments, so if you need a medication delivered topically or through the skin, we can get medication into creams that way. We can also make medications into capsules, as well as suppositories, nasal sprays if you need it, things like that.
I think one of the things that makes Wellspring so unique is to give the patient that ability to choose between traditional and or complementary.
If you're needing medication and you're not able to find what you need, or you need it to go into your body in a different way, that's what we help with.
When it comes to comfort, every degree matters. At Buckeye Horizon, we proudly install and maintain Trane heating and cooling systems built to last, engineered for performance. And with our expert service, your home stays comfortable year-round. No matter the season, we'll keep your system running at its best. Call Buckeye Horizon at 419-529-2738, your local Trane comfort specialist.
Community. Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report. We welcome you back for the Global Energy Partners post-game show. 39-zip. Clear Fork taking care of business here at the Valley. As I welcome in Jackson Yoder. Been tracking the stats for you so far here tonight. Getting it done on both sides of the football. We thought last week was a great building block for them, executing, getting the victory. Now moving into week number 2, this team seems like they're rolling on all cylinders.
They really are. Oh my goodness, Clear Fork, man. I mean, now 2 games in, they're 2-0. They're looking like a really, really good team, honestly. I'm impressed with how good they seem. They had a, decent year last year, but this year they're coming out firing on all cylinders. Like, it's impressive.
Yeah, 2-0 for the first time since 2018, and we'll show you how they did it by the numbers. Break them down for us. 3-1 over Zanesville in terms of total yardage.
Yeah, that is really crazy, man. Okay, you might mean those 8 penalties and 70 yards. Okay, most of those were off that last drive where it was a false start, then a false start, then a personal foul that put it 15 yards. Then it was a pass interference that gave them back the 15 yards originally, all to run out 4 minutes just to, put the icing on the cake, end this game in fashion. And that's a pretty unique fashion to end a game.
And you heard from our MVP as well, Devin Oswalt, 3 touchdowns in 3 different variety of ways. Just a really special night for a kid who I think a lot of folks are going to start learning that name as the weeks continue to roll along. Didn't like his first game performance, had a couple of drops. He was solid defensively, but tonight, he was everywhere.
On the offense, yeah, really. Those 2 touchdowns, and I think those were his only time touching the ball on offense. Maybe there were a few more that I didn't catch, but mostly those were the 2 that he's really going to be known for this game, and hopefully maybe he'll get a few more like tonight in the future, but we'll have to see how that goes.
All right, appreciate you, Emperor, for making us look real good with all these fancy final stats. 4 turnovers as well for the Blue Devils. We'll welcome in Effie now to kind of throw a bow on this thing as we look at what's on the horizon for each of these teams. It's Lexington week now officially. They'll enjoy Labor Day weekend, but Clear Fork, they're going to be coming on the road about 8 miles down the block here, Effie, with a ton of confidence and certainly plenty of momentum.
Yeah, and I think it was important for them to play well tonight, and not just, the win is important, but I think it was important how they won. And I think Coach Brokaw understands that it was important for them to not only win this game, but get better tonight. And playing a struggling team, sometimes it's hard to get better because it sometimes can be a sloppy game. But I think they got better tonight. They done some things well. They ran the ball effectively well against a team. You can talk about wins and losses all you want. That was a physical team tonight. And I thought that Clear Fork ran the ball really effective tonight, and inside and out. They stayed pretty well mistake-free up until the end, where we saw the array of mistakes as far as penalties. But in terms of assignment football, offensively and defensively, I thought they played well, and that bodes well moving forward into next week, where they're going to have to be sharp against what is a really talented Lex football team.
Devin Oswalt, really appreciated what he said about people were counting us out, questioning the coaching decision and hire, but you need a little bit of time to build some culture.
Yeah.
Looked like we saw some here tonight.
Yeah, I love that comment by Devin, because he, the fact that he understands that, and those young men who have been around for Coach Brokaw since he's been here can appreciate, because a lot of people don't appreciate that. It takes a while to build your own culture and the way you do things, as opposed to the previous coach or the previous guy who was here. So, and a lot of people don't like transition or change. So people automatically buck against that. And these young men are down for their coach. And you can tell they're all bought into his system and the way he does things. And you can tell the way they play, and they play hard. So that is great to see. And that was a great comment to hear from him. And they are all in for him, and this community seems to be all in for their coach and their team, and that's great to see as well.
Yeah, really exciting times right now out here in the Valley. They've got plenty of great skilled weapons all over, and the dudes in the trenches too. We didn't call their names a lot tonight, but they did exactly what they wanted to on both sides of the football. Just winning in the trenches, Effie, and that's what it's about at the end of the day, is making sure that you got the backup to come through when the big guys do their job. And so far, so good for the kids that got a little horseshoe so far on their helmet.
Yeah, absolutely. Played well. Like you mentioned, the guys up front, they established it tonight. I talked about Braden Hayes. You know, I did not want to leave this broadcast without saying his name one more time, because I felt like he established what they've done offensively. He had a great game tonight, running the football along with the guys up front. Great job.
Great job to our entire staff tonight here as well. Effie back in the booth with
Yes,
me.
sir.
My guy, it was great to be reunited.
Great to see you again.
Jackson Yoder tracking the stats, giving you guys updates at halftime and then postgame. Thank you very much. Jeremy Peoples running the camera upstairs like he always does for our crew, Crew One as we call it here on the OH Report. And to everybody back at OH Report World Headquarters, we're going to see you guys real soon on the Friday Night Pigskin coming up in around 2 hours. That'll be live with recaps of all the games that we covered, 13 of them here in the area tonight. But for now, from the Valley, the home of the 2-0 Colts, we are out of here. Have a good night, everybody.